I started watching 3 shows recently: Pluribus, The Beast in Me, and All Her Fault. And all of them got a lot of critical acclaim. People were raving about it on review sites, on YouTube videos, Facebook, Instagram, all those places. Pluribus, as of now, is not finished. It's about 5 episodes in. The other 2 are finished because they released them all at once, I believe. So I have watched all those 2, but I've only watched half of Pluribus, so until episode 5. This is not about giving spoilers away or what I think about the shows. This is just about the intro to these shows and which one is the most captivating to me. So if you're not a fan of like Breaking Bad, you may be thinking, I'm not going to watch Pluribus. Or if you've heard anything about Pluribus, about being aliens coming to Earth or infecting humans, you might be like, I'm not into that. I'm not going to watch this. The Beast in Me is about a novelist who is going through basically writing about her neighbor who is suspected of killing his wife. He says he didn't do it, and she's not able to write her current novel, so she shifts into writing about him and basically exposing, did he really murder his wife? Is he really a murderer? Is he just a sick person, or is he not? All Her Fault is about a lady whose kid goes missing, and that's basically the premise of it, on who took her kid. Are they involved? Husband involved? Nanny involved? Relatives? Friends involved? What happened to the kid? So these are the premises. I'm not going to give anything else away, but just the intro. So let's go into Pluribus first. So Pluribus first, it starts off as like they're scientists. One scientist is discovering like an alien. He calls his friend. They come and they're like spotting it through these satellites, and it's the whole aliens are coming to Earth premise, and it's really intriguing to me. I loved it. I'm hooked. I want to know what happens next. And they're just continuously, it's building up the scenes where more people are being involved in seeing the alien arriving, seeing the spaceship, whatever it is that's arriving. And more people are basically agreeing that something is coming. Think of the 3L Atlas comet, UFO, whatever the thing that people believe is coming. It has very similar to ties as that. The timing was perfect. So this thing is coming to Earth. And then these people are not directly involved in the story. They're just the hook people. So the main protagonist of the story is a lady who's also a novelist. And then it goes into her at a Barnes and Noble talking about her latest book. The intro is just basically, there's a UFO coming, there's aliens coming. How are we preparing for this? And then it goes to her. But the buildup, it's building on that. There's more suspense. And it captured me from the beginning. I had to watch the first 2 episodes because it was just so interesting based on the hook. Now, The Beast in Me starts at, it's like an accident. You don't know why there's an accident. She's like at a crime scene or accident. Looks like it's an accident because there's like smoke or haze and there's like sirens. And then it goes, she's in her room and her plumbing isn't working. Now, this actress, I know her from Homeland. I don't know if she's done other shows. She was phenomenal in Homeland. But she has to me, she has an over-exaggerated face that I don't like. So it puts me off when I see her. Her plumbing's coming up and she's like, oh my God. She has that face that's like, dude, stop overacting. Stop over-exaggerating everything. And she has that throughout the whole series. But just on the intro, I wasn't hooked because I was like, so what? Her plumbing sucks. So what? That it looks like she was in an accident and looks like she survived. So maybe a family member didn't make it. So what? She's alone in this house. Then there's dogs barking and someone comes to the door to say sorry about the dogs. Okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not as intriguing. If I were to rate these, Pluribus, to me, I'd say it's like a level 9 on the intrigue factor. I'd say 8 for Pluribus. For Beast in Me, I'd say it's a 5 on the intrigue factor based on the opening scenes, the first like 5-6 minutes of the show. The cinematography on The Beast in Me is just absolutely phenomenal. The lighting, the cinematography, the angles, it looks brilliant. It looks like something I would love to be able to shoot one day. Pluribus is a little bit, it's cinematic as well, but it's a little bit more like, yeah, we've seen this, so what? But Beast in Me cinematography grasped me. But the story, the acting, that stuff was like, I don't really care for this. I still watched it because, it got great reviews. Last one, All Her Fault. So this starts off as a lady coming to a door to pick up her kid. She's talking to the neighbor. The neighbor says, I don't know what you're talking about. You're probably at the wrong address. So she checks her phone. The person who is supposed to have her kid there doesn't have her kid there. and she finds out the person who picked up her kid doesn't have her kid, and the tracking on her kid is turned off. So who has her kid? So when I first like 10-15 seconds of watching this, I was not going to watch this because I was like, dude, I don't want to watch a drama. I didn't know what it was about. So I went into these not knowing what they're about. I don't want to watch something that's like a crime or drama one of these thriller things. Like, what is this? Is this a cop drama? What's going on? And I was like, I think I accidentally let this go. And then it went into the kid missing. The whole like, is the kid missing? I think the kid's missing. Oh shit, the kid's missing. And that got me. I was like falling asleep because I was watching this late at night in bed. And then I woke up and I was like, I need to know what the hell happened. I need to know what's going on here. So this buildup was like, and then it was like this. So this caught me. Like, if you give this like first few minutes a chance, this was, I think, level 9.5 on the suspense, on the hook scale. This got me right away. And I was like, I don't want to watch a show about a kid being kidnapped. I have a kid. I don't, it just gives me anxiety. I don't want to watch that, but I need to know what happened to the kid, who took the kid, because if a kid was taken to school, I need to find out how the kid was taken to school. So, it doesn't happen to the school my kid goes to, because now I'm going to be vigilant. I'm going to look out for these things. And I watched the first 2 episodes, and I think I finished at like 1:30 a.m. when I was trying to go to bed at like 11:30. So this got me hook, line, and sinker. It kind of dies down, and there's, I think, a lot of filler in there in these episodes from the first one to the last one. I think it's 8 or 10 episodes. There's a lot of filler. There's a lot of downtime. There's a lot of like, it's, it goes like, look at this person. No, look at this person. Look at this person. No, look at this person. No, look at this person. It's one of those, a thriller, a crime drama, whatever the genre is. But as a hook, this one had by far the best of those 3. If you're thinking about making a show, if you're thinking about telling a story, if you're writing a book, these are all, I think, based on books, except for Pluribus, which is based on a Twilight Zone episode. But think of the script based on the Twilight Zone script. If they're trying to get your attention right off the bat, how are they doing this? How are they building this up? Is it like there's not a lot of dialogue in The Beast in Me? If any, it's just her just typing until the dogs come and then she has a phone call. But all her fault is a dialogue. She's conversing with a person. Pluribus is the scientists talking amongst themselves and that. So dialogue, I think, is absolutely necessary. It's so hard to do it without dialogue. Like, what are you showing that's making someone want to be intrigued to watch this? So that's, I think, why there's an edge. If you have dialogue in your opening story, boom, it's going to have that. You don't need a narration. I think narrations, they were in a beautiful forest while the rain was coming down. That's bullshit. That's going to put people off. That's boring. Or as the alien spaceship cruised towards Earth and the big blue marble got bigger, that's boring. We don't want to know that. You know how they say show, don't tell? Show me the scientists excited about a UFO. Show me the panic of the mom whose kid has gone missing. For The Beast in Me, there's nothing to show because there's nothing going on in the beginning. Her plumbing is messed up. Is that a foreshadow? Is that symbolic, showing what's to come? Sure, maybe. But I got to watch 6, 8, 10 episodes to figure out what that means. I don't really want to do that. I now need to know why she was in an accident or why there's an accident in the beginning and what caused that. I need to know all that. But that aside, I would give this, I would say if I had to rate these, it would be All Her Fault, Pluribus, and The Beast in Me. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. I hope it's not Beast Within Me, The Beast in Me, in terms of the hooks. So what do you think? Do you think there's shows that have better hooks than this? Do you think that there are better ways of starting a show, starting a book, starting a series? Or is this the top of the game because this is what they're putting out now? This is what the streamers are investing in. I'd love to know your thoughts. Write it below. What show am I missing? I think the next one I'm going to watch is Mr. Mercedes, which I think has been only a couple of seasons and it's over by now. I think 2018, 2019. But people are saying that's as good as The Beast in Me, which I thought was a phenomenal show altogether. All 3 so far phenomenal shows. Pluribus is a little bit too puzzling for me. Like, we're trying to solve that puzzle. What's going on? Why are the aliens doing as they do? And I thought The Beast in Me was a better show than All Her Fault, because All Her Fault had a lot of filler. But 3 great shows to watch if you're looking for shows to watch. And I will probably read the books just because I think the shows were great, or maybe read different stories by the authors if they're rated higher on like Amazon and Goodreads. If you've read the books, let me know. Should I read them or should I read different books by the author? Thanks for watching. This was Arash.